my music up, please. Now you people have an Italian champion to cheer for. I'm still the Pavarotti of hard shots to the body. The Python is going on. That fly Italian guy from SI. How you doing, people? The Big Vito brand coming to you live, baby, live.
This people, the man of swag, Skull Von Crush, coming to you live, baby, live. It is the year 1998, the Junkyard Dog Memorial, and here is one of the few Skull Von Crush matches of the independent scene. This is Big Vito LaGrasso from Staten Island, New York, the Pavarotti of hard shots to the body. Right now, we're going to do a little commentary on the old days of the independent scene and what it was like back then. And here you see him, the man, the myth, the legend, Skull Von Crush. I'm telling you, this is up and coming, starting his stuff out, doing his thing, and having a great time there. As you can see, I have my co-host with the most, the producer, the girl who knows what to do behind the scenes, Noel. Go ahead and tell these people what you think, how you feel, and go ahead and run the rest of the interview.
Thank you very much, Vito. What are you saying here? This was a hot crowd. They're live. They're loud. What are you telling them?
Elks Lodge, and this is during the Skull Von Crush days when I portrayed the evil German. I believed I was in ECW as well, so getting notoriety. I had just come back from All Japan Pro Wrestling, and
here comes the coffin.
Here comes
this
the
is
coffin.
A coffin match against you and Lucifer at the Junkyard Dog Memorial Show in October 1998. That's a real coffin, Vito.
Well, back then in the 90s, these guys still, believed in the gimmick and still believed in stuff. And you know what, people? It was the good times of wrestling, and this guy went all out for his gimmick.
He had druids and everything.
Druids,
wow.
He had the coffin. He had everything. And as you can see, I mean, it was the Elks Lodge. It was a packed house. One of my favorite places to wrestle.
It's always a good crowd at the Elks Lodge.
As you can see, the Druids, there was no expense spared here.
Look in the background, you can see Johnny Rods and Ox Baker as the Druids walk past.
Yep, they were doing commentary that day, and I was doing my Skull promo. But, like I said, this was a great time. Just the look and the demeanor I had, the swag that I carried, I was...
Look at you.
I was just ready to rock and roll. Wrestling was my life. Training every day, in the gym, in the ring, doing my thing.
Your opponent's about to come out here. So you are wrestling a man named Lucifer. Big man.
I believe he was about close to 400 pounds.
Wow.
And,
Here he is, Lucifer.
He was a nice guy. He was from Johnny Rods' school. He wanted to do this match with me. And, he put forth a good effort. And, he did really good. I still talk to him today. This match is still talked about today, and it's over 20 years that this happened, you know what I mean?
Those little kids on the corner there are adults now. Think about that. They grew up and they're adults now. Crazy.
So Lucifer will probably be a legend for this, so that's good.
Was he throwing out T-shirts or something?
I think he was throwing out T-shirts. I think he was, if I remember right, he was part of the promotion team, or he had something to do with it. Well, I mean, like I said, they spared no expense. They went all out in this. And,
I can't believe it's a coffin with a real, coffin. Instead of that wood box, even WWE had a wood box. You guys had an actual coffin. Those are airtight, right? If you put somebody in there.
Well, hopefully, I don't have to go through that. But as you can see, the match starts, I'm under attack. I'm laying it into him, getting on him. And, like I said, as you can see, the size difference. You can see, he outweighs me by at least, 150 pounds. But being a technician, a ring general, being somebody who was really into the sport, I mean, you really can't say a lot. I mean, I was
Look at
vicious,
your face there.
vicious, nasty, and just, I was a machine.
Where were all your tattoos, Vito?
They were coming. I had them on special order.
Yeah, I mean, I don't very often see you without a bunch of tattoos. So Your whole back is empty there. Your stomach. Where do you get your tattoos done at?
Well, they were done in Staten Island and they were done in Florida by my buddy Brian. And then, I had the armbands done were in Puerto Rico before I left Puerto Rico. So, I've had different places.
Oh, here you go. You're gonna try to put him in the coffin here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good for me. That's gonna be a little difficult. Although I've seen you lift up very, very large men. I've seen you suplex Bam Bam Bigelow before in WCW. And you suplex Kevin Nash and Scott Steiner. And those are all really big dudes.
And you forgot Kamala over here
with Kamala
at the Elks Lodge with ECW. It's a lot of training, a lot of technique. Everybody thinks it's just power. You can have all the power in the world, but if you don't know what you're doing, you just... you can hurt yourself really bad. But as you can see, like, being a heel, full-fledged heel, and being aggressive.
Going after the referee here. Oh, he's going to throw you out of there if you stop yelling at him. Look at this. You have some very hard shots in this match, too.
Yeah, it is definitely something to watch and see the heart that I put into this.
Oh, hit the post. Goodness. That crowd is hot.
Lucifer, he really tried hard, but like he didn't understand the psychology too much. But I give the guy A for effort. He really tried hard. He really tried to fight back. Here you see in the beginning he's really laying it to me, and he's doing a good job. Really is. I can't say enough about him. Something that's good. Something that the guys at Gleason's Gym, like I said, they still talk about. And,
that's a lot of weight on your back right there. That double axe handle.
And when it's time to sell, you sell. And right now he's sticking it to me pretty good. Like I said, he's a big man. It's hard to keep. It's hard to keep a pace when you're that big, and you got to keep it close, and you got to have some timing. And as you can see, I am. Working with him very closely, trying to make him give it to me and bring it to me. Like I said, he's the baby face, I'm the heel. So, when it's his time to shine, he's got to be able to pick it up and, bring it out of himself.
Oh, here comes the karate. You want to explain your karate? Well, we've never really talked about why you do the karate in every gimmick you do.
Well, I have an uncle, and my Uncle Ross, and he always used to say he was a kung fu master when I was a kid and do these stupid rolls and do these things. So, I always thought it was great. I always thought it was fun. And I incorporated it in my wrestling. You know what I mean? I always tried to take positive things I liked in my life. And that's not to mention like doing a mafia kick. Shawn Michaels had a super kick, doing the leg drop. Hogan had the leg drop, doing the elbow. Macho Man had the elbow. Being a vicious heel.
You used to do the Rock's elbow, too, when you were Skull Von Crush, but you would never drop the elbow.
Never dropped the elbow, always stomped the face.
Yeah. You've had a lot of gimmicks. I don't think people realize how many gimmicks that you've actually done. You've been a lot of different ones. You were... what was the one that you did where you had all the extra props? Oh, you're firing up now, baby. Firing up.
Nah, I did Sledgehammer Rock, the construction work. I did Uncle Chester.
That's the one, Uncle Chester's.
The hand in the box, the light bulb in the mouth.
Like Uncle Fester from Addams Family, if those who don't know.
And believe it or not, I got booked a lot for that gimmick, and that was a fan favorite, and they all liked it. And it was definitely something different. I tried a lot of different things. I was a Hare Krishna.
Didn't you wrestle Nunzio as a Hare Krishna?
Yes, I wrestled Nunzio as a Hare Krishna. And I wrestled, I believe me and Angel tagged as, we did mask gimmicks. I did a gimmick called Phenomenon. Do you know what I mean? I wore a mask with blonde wig in it, like with hair. And, it was all something because, like,
Here you go. Bang. Hit to the throat.
Just the way I'm moving in there and just the way I'm doing things, the timing I had, that all came part.
Look at you.
that all came part from, training at Johnny Rogers.
That guy's giving you the finger. You had a lot of heat. There was spitting too. You just spit at somebody. There's a lot of heat in the crowd, and I guess you'll see in a little bit that there was a lot of Jewish individuals in the crowd, and you were playing a German Nazi type character, and they were hot. Even in the 90s,
Yeah,
they were mad. Yeah, there they are, right behind Johnny. They were ticked.
Now, you know what it is though? It's like, no matter what you do, no matter what gimmick you give, you got to be able to draw heat from the crowd. Here's Lucifer trying to fire back, and he's doing a good job trying to hang in there. Like I said, there it is, big bump. Now you just hope he comes, and he finally knocks me down. But now it's like, as you can see, he's taking his time. I'm waiting, and
You're still waiting.
I'm still waiting. And I guess at this point in the match, he's tired. And when you're tired and blown up, you really don't know what you're doing. You kind of get confused.
And it's hot in the ring. People that have never wrestled or have never been a manager don't realize that those lights are really, really hot and the ring is hot. So when you're already blown up and that heat's on you, you do get kind of disoriented. And that's so what happened with Lucifer here.
Yeah, I mean, like I said.
Ooh.
I mean,
nice
he took a good bump.
Oh, there's your Jewish friends. Your Jewish friends there. Can you tell the story about the time that you and Vince went to the bar mitzvah?
Well, here's a couple of things. First, on Staten Island, I wrestled as Skull Von Crush against Barry Horowitz at the Jewish Community Center. And
Sunny Beach booked that one,
Sunny
right?
Beach booked that one. And being that was, that was my hometown. Here I come in as Skull Von Crush, the German. I mean, the heat in that place was unbelievable. And then, going to doing a bar mitzvah with the Vince Russo radio show that we had, Vicious Vincent, and we got booked to do a bar mitzvah from a great fan. It was a Brian Last, his birthday, and his mom, very nice people. And they asked us if we would do a birthday party for them, and we said yes. And we went and we entertained the people and had a great time. And back then it wasn't about being disrespectful to a culture. It wasn't about being disrespectful to people. It was just playing a character and entertaining people.
Times were very different. Times are very different. You can't do this kind of stuff today and have certain characters today because there'll always be somebody that'll be angry. They don't understand. This wrestling is almost like a movie. You're watching a movie. You're watching a story. If it comes on a movie, it's acceptable. But if it's in wrestling, now it's not acceptable anymore.
It's not acceptable. And like as you see sitting here with the match, now it starts to show the experience, and you see the ability of what we had. I'm doing everything possible to try and make this happen. And like I said, you got to give the guy effort.
A good slam for him.
He did really good, and there was no way I was taking that.
Nope. Not today, pal. Not today.
But
you already had about, 8 years experience here.
8 years experience. And, people, when you look at stuff like this and you see, that I worked with, the best in the WWF. I worked in WCW. I worked with All Japan, Memphis, Santo Domingo, 3 years of Carlos Colon. And you see me come home to this and being in ECW.
Here's your thing.
And entertaining the crowd, and doing my thing. That just goes to show, it looks like I'm a savvy veteran. There's the cocky swag.
Wow, what did you just tell the referee? Did you just do a suck it?
I don't know what I said, but you could tell the people are going haywire there. Now, like I was saying, you're going on and you're trying to get the best out of your opponent, and I'm trying to pull it out of him. But like I said, I mean, here it is, a good chokehold, rest hold, and like I said,
laying all your weight in there, right on the neck, to bring him down.
Well,
how far over you're leaning into him?
I'm doing everything possible to give him the time to come back, and hey, listen, the psychology of the match wasn't perfect. but you tried to get the most out of it. They had I think they had a 20-minute time limit for this. And like I said, it was his match, his show, his thing. And I was more than happy to work and do everything I needed to, you know.
He was such a good bumper.
Johnny Rodz was the best bumper in the business. And you learn like that.
He took that splash. Ouch. You don't ever age, Vito. You look exactly the same sitting next to me as you do here in 98.
I try not to age. It's Avon. I tell everybody Avon.
Yeah, it's Avon. I mean, you're good at it.
See, now, here's the point where I'm waiting, and he's blown up, and he doesn't know what to do with this.
You're saying, come on, come on. He's standing there. Where's the smoke coming from? See the smoke?
I don't know.
Something's on fire somewhere.
Somebody paid for that.
Babe, hot crowd. They're smoking. Somebody paid for smoke. A smoke machine. I'm waiting for like Papa Shango to come out or something.
Yeah, this is something I really don't remember, you know.
Wow, Aria, you are one angry Italian German man. How did you get the German gimmick? How did that come about?
Well, you know, coming up in you know, very early 90s, you know, from the 80s, you know, the old characters were still fresh in everybody's mind. So, you know, everybody said I looked like a Skull Murphy or a Baron von Raschke. So there really wasn't any Germans going on right there.
Do you remember when you were working for WWF in the Wrestling Challenge and Gorilla Monsoon called you, look at this young man, he looks like a young Skull Murphy, remember? And we laughed so hard.
We laughed about it, but
we
that
hard.
was who I reminded the greats of, you know, and
a young Skull Murphy.
Young Skull Murphy, and Skull Murphy was a very, very good technical wrestler.
He was tough as nails, too. A lot of people don't remember that name today, but look it up online. Skull Murphy.
Now,
tough
here's
guy.
the thing in the match that really, you know.
Give a shout out to Rob.
It's my buddy Rob Finateri. And me and him have been buddies for over 20 years. Coming in, doing his thing.
Now the psychology. You just punched your buddy in the face.
I had to. You know, but as you can see here, Rob trained and I trained with him, and you could see by his bumps that he was very good at taking bumps, very good at doing things. And I always took care of my buddies in the ring, you know, along with other people.
Now you're telling your opponent to beat him up. This match, though. This match. Yo, Robin, this looks like a lighter color version of you. Yeah. He looks like the German. Bye, Rob.
The object was to get somebody in the coffin in this match, and obviously they weren't going to put me in the coffin, so
bye, Rob.
They got somebody in there.
Good night, Rob. I knew you weren't going to go in the coffin. You hate small spaces. You don't even like it like getting in the elevator.
So here comes Lucifer again, and
oh, no, he won because he put Rob in the coffin. Oh, now you're mad. So somebody just had to be put in the coffin, and whoever put somebody in the coffin was the winner, basically.
I think so.
But in the end, it looks like you won because you're still standing.
Well, you know what? There it is. I'm trying to do something.
Oh, Skull. You're something else.
Now, guys, this is definitely something, you know.
Oh, here we go. He's pretty far.
Yeah, it is pretty far, but my elbow was, you know.
Wow. He's had such a good elbow.
Just as good, if not one of the best in the business.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Skull Von Crush. He may not have won, but he looks damn good. Am I right or am I right? Am I right? Am I right?
Not look good, and that's good memory to have and a good match. And then, you know, for a lot of guys who are doing stuff, you know, try to keep tight, try to keep good. All right, guys, I think you got enough of a history lesson today. I hope you enjoyed it. It's the Big Vito Brand signing off. Thank you, Noah Harlow, for assisting me today in this voiceover. It'll be going up on the pages real soon. Everybody have a great day and a good night. The Big Vito brand coming to you live, baby, live. And have a good day.
Peace out.
Jabron. From the FBI,